Hey RCC, for those of you that missed it on Sunday, just wanted to go over a few things. We're sitting here at the table, one-on-one. You're asking me a question, we're going to pretend, and I'm going to respond because I want to make sure that we're all, we feel clear and like we understand what's going on with this generosity initiative. The first thing I want to say is Sunday was incredible. The video really came together. It was so cool to see the story of the church and see so many faces and hear so many testimonies and have so many of you saying all of us. We have more video footage, more testimonies that we're going to be sharing in coming weeks. We're going to release full-length videos online, so there's a lot more fun footage to see. I also want to let you know that we're going to create an all of us landing page. It'll be easy to access. You know our website, rivercitychurch.com. There'll be a banner at the top of our website that you can just click on, and you'll go to a page that'll have a lot of info about this generosity initiative. You'll also be able to watch the video from Sunday. You'll have access to maybe some frequently asked questions, some clarifying statements, just to let you know and to make sure that you feel resourced and equipped to participate. So one way that we also want to do that is I just wanted to explain the pledge card quickly. These seem simple enough, but you know, my brain doesn't work like your brain, doesn't work like her brain or his brain when we look at a small document like this. So I just want you to know and hear from us what we mean by some of the language on this card, okay? So the first thing, I want to start at the bottom because that's called a total 3-year gift. Okay, so we're asking everyone in the church to make a 3-year pledge. Okay, now it's not technically a full 3 years because we're including this year in that number. So 2023, 2024, and 2025. And that's because we have a strategic plan for how we're going to fund this project. Okay, our goal is to raise $4 million cash on hand by the end of this year. Okay, now we're already well over $4 million with our current cash on hand and pledges. We have a lot of money already pledged for this year, okay? But our goal is to raise $4 million by the end of this year, cash on hand, not pledges, not 3-year pledges, but cash on hand by the end of this year. And then we're going to borrow 6, okay? And then we'll have 2023, which is the rest of this year, 2024, and then we'll have 2025, which is move-in year, and then we'll have 2026. So if we have $4 million cash on hand and borrow 6, that equals our 10. Okay, we know that if we are in the position in 2026 to take on the rest of our $6 million loan, that will be roughly $2 million. And at the interest rates, safely estimating where they'll be at that time, that means that we'll be servicing a loan for less than we're paying lease currently at Belfort. So in other words, this plan means that when we assume full payments on our loan, which would be in 2026, we will be paying less than we are currently now to lease this space at Belfort. So in order to do that, we need you to participate in a few ways. So the first thing I want to say is that means I'm asking, we're asking, all of us are asking each other to pledge. You go, well, I'm not a heavy hitter, I'm not this, I'm not that. That's okay. The reason we're saying all of us is because every little bit adds up towards the total. If everyone in the church thought that what they could give was insignificant, then no one would give and it would add up to 0, right? So with everyone knowing that what they give makes a difference, even if it moves the needle just a little bit more, that's okay, because with all of us moving the needle just a little bit more, we're going to get there, okay? And I believe that there's wind in our sails. You saw we're doing really well already towards this goal, and I have a lot of confidence that we can meet it. So the first thing is everyone needs to make a 3-year commitment, okay? So this would be your total. Over 3 years, this is the total number that we would like to give to the All of Us Generosity Initiative, okay? The next box is a Kickstarter offering. You say, well, what does that mean? Well, maybe you have an amount that you can commit to for this year, for next year, and the next year, but maybe you have some extra money set aside. Maybe you have some money in the market. Maybe you have resources somewhere else that you could tap into and give as like a injection into this project early. The reason you do that is because that's going to help us meet our cash in hand goal by the end of the year of $4 million. But it's also going to help us, obviously, with the loan process. It's going to give us more borrowing power, and it's going to set us up to ultimately pay less on interest and things like that. Okay, so then that brings us to the top. After you've made your total 3-year commitment, and after you've said this is something extra, if you can, that you think we can give right now, well, then you go, okay, I don't know that I'm going to give this in big chunks. I don't know if I want to break this down. I'm not exactly sure how. So if you're an individual, you can think through this personally. If you're married, you can talk about this together as with your spouse. But you're saying we are committed to give this much weekly, monthly, and yearly. Okay. Now, the reason that's going to be helpful is because it's going to we're going to input all of this information into Planning Center. Now, if you were there on Sunday, you heard me mention Planning Center. We've been talking about it for about a month now. Planning Center is the giving platform that we are going to move to. We're going to move away from Donor Tools, and we're going to move to Planning Center. We already use Planning Center for everything else we do. The Church Center app is Planning Center. Volunteering is through Planning Center. If you sign up or register for anything in our church, it's through Planning Center. So Planning Center should be very familiar, but one thing that they offer that we want to utilize is they have a specific dashboard that we can utilize for tracking pledges. So it will allow us to input all of your information the way that you want it inputted, as a weekly, monthly, or yearly. But it'll also show up in your Planning Center dashboard so that you can see and track your progress with your pledge. So this is going to serve us, but the church as we serve you, but it's also just going to serve you as an individual so that you can track and keep up and know where you are with your commitment. So that's the thing. We're asking everybody to pledge, all of us, every single person in the church that considers RCC their home, to pledge. And we're asking everyone to get onto Planning Center and set up your account so that we can serve you as you track. We will release more information. We're going to talk about this in coming weeks. Hopefully the things that we put on the landing page online will help you further understand everything that's going on. There's a lot of excitement. Like I said, the artwork's going to be up soon. And then the last thing I want to say is, some of you have reached out and asked if you can donate stocks to the church, and the answer to that is yes. There's actually a very simple way you can do that, so just let us know, and we can reach out to you and let you know how to make that happen. I'm excited. This is so good, and see you Sunday.